Alright, so I wanted to talk about this because I think a lot of people are missing the point of this new monster type, the illusionists of type. And while yes, it is definitely kind of lazy in terms of it feeling like it's just kind of spellcaster 2, but realistically, have we not already had that with a lot of the different types they've added? Worms were just dragons too, and cybers were kind of just like psychics plus machines fused together into one type. So I mean, eh. But what made them different was they all had a gimmick. So psychics, they were basically fairies and spellcasters, but what their gimmick was life point costs. All their effects cost you to pay and gain life points. Everything had to do with life points. That was psychics gameplay. And then you had worms, where they're kind of their whole shtick had to do with banishment, if I'm not mistaken. It has to do with the banishment or monster. Maybe I don't remember. I don't remember what Worm's thing was, to be perfectly honest, because I can't. They don't really have it. It seems like banishment is the thing for Worms, like banishing and manipulating the banish zone, because a lot of the Worm archetypes do that. So it seems like banishing is the thing that they do. Um, but yeah, and then Cyburst, they all special summon themselves. They all have a way of special summoning themselves or other Cybers, basically. That's their shtick. But these illusionists, their shtick is they're not actually there. They're there, but they're not there. And that's why every single one of them so far has had the effect where they can't be destroyed by battle, as well as the monsters that are attacking them or they're attacking can't be destroyed by battle. It's like it's not there. So, what this seems like to me is something that a lot of people have been calling for, which is for them to do something with the battle phase because it's the one part of the Yu-Gi-Oh that feels unimpactful. Right now, the battle phase is kind of just a secondary main phase before it's like main phase 1.5. You really only use it to end a game in one turn with an OTK or use it to remove things that you can't remove with like spell or trap removal or monster effect removal. So you battle it and use it as just like a removal spell. Like that's boring. But with these now, you can't do that. You can't just go into battle and get rid of these things. No, and in fact, they do stuff during the battle phase. I'm showing you Nightmare Magician because this is at this point I would say the best illusionist monster type that we have in the game because the other three they're part of like a little mini archetype that doesn't really accomplish much of anything, but they're pretty good. At least their effects are pretty good. At least the sword, maybe not so much the corn fucker, the guy I can't remember his name, cornfeudal or whatever. He's not that great, but the mirror sword, that guy's pretty good. But I'd still say this guy's effect is better, even though you don't really have a way to summon him. I was trying to think maybe something with Dark Magician could actually summon them, because I'm pretty sure one of the Dark Magician cards looks for 2500 as like a thing to summon. Like the requirement is a 2500 Dark Monster, and this guy qualifies for that. I don't remember if it includes Spellcaster in its requirement, though. If it does, then this doesn't fit, but otherwise, I think that would be the only way. And of course, you could summon this with the other illusionist cards in that other deck. You just have to tech this in because otherwise this doesn't really interact with that engine. It would be extra. But it's got a good effect. I mean, not being able to destroy anything and being able to be destroyed, whatever. They all have that, like I said. But if I battle an opponent's monster, I take control of it. That's one effect right there. And then once per turn, start if another monster attacks, destroy a card on the field. It's non-targeting destruction. And not to mention that third effect can be procced by that second effect monster that I stole. So I can go into battle, battle an opponent's monster, yoink it, and then attack with the monster I yoinked. Trigger this effect, destroy another card. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. It's a nice little. It's trying to make the battle phase more impactful. And because they avoid destroying the monsters that they attack and avoid being destroyed by battle themselves, they make the battle phase more important. Unfortunately, it seems like it's pulling more away from the actual destruction aspects of the battle phase, but I think that's kind of necessary because effects like those have typically been bad. In fact, battle-oriented effects in general have just kind of been bad for a while now, like for a long while. So this is their attempt, I think, to do something about that and make the battle phase more impactful. Who knows if it'll work, but we'll see. Anyway, I just wanted to clear that up because I think a lot of people have been ragging on this type, which somewhat justified, but at the same time, let Konami cook. Let them cook. See what they got in store. Anyway, I will catch you guys later. See you.